If none are in the way to heaven but those that are holy, let us try and examine ourselves by this doctrine, to see whereabouts we are, and see whether or no we are in the way to heaven, to know which way we are going, whether towards Canaan or Egypt, whether towards heaven or hell. For if we think ourselves in the road to heaven, and are going to the place of torment all the while, and continue deceived, without doubt fire and brimstone will undeceive us. If we find ourselves in the broad way to destruction, how dare we stir a step further? If we would know whether we are holy or no, let us try ourselves by these 5 following things. First, meditate on the holiness of God, and see if you cannot see a conformity, a likeness in your mind. There is no likeness or comparison in degree. We speak not of that, but yet there is a likeness in nature between God and the soul of the believer. The holy soul, when it thinks and meditates upon God's nature, finds a pleasure and delight, because there is an agreeableness in his new nature to the divine perfections. If those that think themselves in the way to heaven, that are unholy in the meantime in their hearts, would compare themselves and their nature to the holy nature of God, such a glorious light as the holiness of God would quickly discover their rottenness and unsoundness. Second, see if you can see any resemblance in your life to the life of Christ. It is not supposed that ever any copy comes near to this original, nor ever will, but yet they may perceive whether the same spirit, the same temper and disposition, in a lesser degree be in them, that was manifested by the life and conversation of Jesus Christ. Third, is there an agreeableness between your souls and the Word of God? The Bible is the epistle of Christ that He has written to us. Now, if the same epistle is also written in our hearts, that is written in the Scriptures, it may be found out by comparing. Have you love to all God's commands and a respect to them in your actions? Is it your delight to obey and hearken to the will of God? Do you obey them of choice? Is it what you would choose to do if God had not threatened to punish the breach of them? Fourth, do you find by a comparison a likeness and agreeableness between your hearts and lives, and the hearts and lives of those holy men that we are assured were such by the Word of God? Do you walk with God as Enoch did, or distinguish yourselves by your piety in the midst of wicked examples as Noah did? And when you read the lives of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, and the prophets, wherein holiness is drawn to the life, you may, viewing so exact a picture, discover whether you have not the root of the matter in you, though it be much obscurer in you than in them. When we read the Psalms of David, we may clearly see what David's holiness was by that Spirit that is breathed there. When we read the epistles of the apostles, we may know what is a truly evangelical spirit, and whether such a spirit reigns in our souls. Fifth, do you in a measure imitate the saints and angels in heaven? They spend their duration to the glory of God. They love Him above all things, are delighted with the beauties of Jesus Christ, entirely love one another, and hate sin. All those that are holy on earth have also a resemblance and imitation of them. They are of an heavenly temper, of heavenly lives and conversations.